Hey AfterBuzzers, you're tuned into the SNL AfterBuzz After Show. We're going to talk about Jason Momoa and Mumford Sons. Stay tuned.
You're tuned in to AfterBuzz TV, the ESPN of TV talk. Now, let the buzz begin.
Yeah. We're back. Oh, Boogie. Aqua Boogie. Aqua Boogie.
Don't get me started.
Oh man, that man can wear the hell out of the pink pants.
Pink pants.
I mean,
yes.
Hey AfterBuzzers, welcome back. I'm back to the SNL AfterBuzz After Show. Be sure to like, subscribe, all that fun stuff. I'm here. Amy's a little under the weather, but so it's just the two of us.
It's
Hey.
okay. Hey, happy to be here. We miss you, Amy. I'm Steph Sabraw.
Yeah, and I'm Kelly McInerney. We're gonna talk about Jason Momoa. Woo! What did you think of the episode?
I really liked this episode.
Yeah.
Obviously, there was some sketches that I think could have been eliminated or just they could have gotten a little deeper. But overall, he was so fun to watch that anything he was in was fun.
Yeah. Did you have high expectations for it?
Yeah, I didn't know until I saw the promos how much of a super fan he is of SNL, which made me even more excited.
Yeah, that's what I liked about it because the promos looked really fun. He seemed to get super into it. I wonder, do you think he did want to be on SNL, like how he mentioned that in the monologue, or was he just goofing?
I think maybe, like, I mean, a lot of us are like,
Yeah.
when I was a kid and before I realized I'm not funny, I was like, yeah, it'd be great to be in SNL. Are you kidding me? That's like the Oscars.
Yeah, the comedy Oscars. Oh man, yeah, it was a super fun episode. I think exactly what you said, because some of the sketches were kind of weird, but he was having fun, so that made you kind of have fun watching him. Let's start with the cold open. This one I don't think was that fun.
Yeah.
With Mueller. I say Mueller because it's written like Bueller.
I know.
But it's Mueller. Anyways, De Niro playing Mueller. Can't read.
I know.
It
really upset me because I'm like, your makeup's so perfect. You're Robert De Niro. Everyone's obsessed with you. You've been such a good job post-election of making your voice hilarious and known. But I don't know. I feel like he's so talented. Like, you could have memorized those lines.
Yeah, well, I think a lot of times it changes right before the thing, so it's hard to memorize the lines, but I don't know, man. Just read. Like, it's not hard. You've hosted the show before. You know how it's done.
And it's like that feeling where you're watching and you love him so much, so you're like, and you're waiting for the line to be delivered correctly.
Yeah. And
you still kind of giggle, but then you're thinking to yourself, that was awkward.
Mm-hmm. Oh, next time. But it was fine. And then the monologue came. Momoa being a cutie, being very hot. What did you think of the singing and the dancing?
I loved it. The monologue was such a win for me because I like when people just own their personalities and own what people do assume of them, kind of.
Yeah.
And the way he talks about his wife and kids is the loveliest thing ever. He was really, really fun and charismatic. But then I will say that Leslie, Keenan, and Chris Redd, those outfits are killer. And I just thought it was really funny, playing on the fact that he can't swim, like Aquaman can't swim. But I just thought it was a solid monologue.
I liked 80's part, how she's like, can you open this jar of pickles and look me in the eyes? Just very, very specific and funny. But the singing, I don't know. I sometimes think it's forced when they add like the music to it. But it was fun, and he was having fun, so it was fun.
All that matters.
Yeah. Elf on the Shelf. I thought this was a funny concept because just like simple stuff, like an elf watching a boy learn how to masturbate, I guess, right?
Oh my.
So good. And I love his voice. I love the high voices for the elves.
I loved Elf on the Shelf.
Yeah.
It's been one of my favorite sketches of the season. I thought it was perfectly done. It wasn't too long. They really hit like a funny point that would totally make sense that an elf on the shelf has to keep their eyes open, and the really weird if someone's doing something in a room and they obviously don't think anyone's watching.
Yeah.
And the twist that they're the ones who deliver kind of what's going on with the kids back to Santa.
Yeah, I love that. And just, I loved how it escalated too, how it wasn't just like him masturbating, but then like, oh, he would even sometimes look at me while masturbating.
Yeah.
So funny. You spelled flashlight wrong. Yeah, very simple, fun sketch.
Okay, wait. The flashlight part. What is that? Am I an idiot?
Fleshlight. It's a.
Oh.
Yeah. That's one of those.
Oh. That's not a term I use often.
No,
so.
that's like a thing. It's like a sex toy. That is
Or like a pocket poonge.
It looks it looks like a flashlight, but I think it has like a mouth on it or something.
Oh, nice. Nice.
So guys can put their little dicks in there.
Pee-wees.
Because only guys with tiny dicks would buy a fleshlight. I'd say. Oh man!
Thanks to this sketch for opening up my eyes.
Big boy appliances. This is another funny twist on just like stay-at-home dad or whatever, just like making doing housework, but like in a manly way.
I love this because it made me think like marketing is so important. If we did market it like that and shift the way we think about stay-at-home dads, that is revolutionary.
Yeah.
Because so much of like toxic masculinity is driven by the perception, and they're so worried about being soft. But if your energy rating's an F- because everything's run on gasoline, then I think more men would be like all clean.
Yeah. I liked how it bookended too, like the how he said the same thing as Heidi in the beginning, like I'll never tell my secret or whatever. Good commercial. They're always really good with their commercial parodies. They always kill it because they know how to end a commercial.
And it was perfect for him, just like his physicality.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he could. I usually don't like buns, but yeah, man, he could do whatever he wants.
Whatever he does, I'm like, all right.
I am not super into superheroes, but I guess I will see Aquaman just to see him.
100%.
Yeah.
Yeah, DC, I feel like, is being saved by Gal Gadot and Jason Momoa.
Yeah.
Oh, and, oh my God, the guy playing the Flash.
Oh, yeah. Oh, what's his name from Grindelwald?
Yeah, he's literally everything. Mm-hmm. Wow, I love him so much. How am I blanking on
it's Ezra Miller.
Yes,
Yeah.
Ezra Miller.
Yeah.
They need him on SNL.
Yeah, he'd be great. He's so funny, too, because he always dresses up at Comic-Con.
Yeah.
And stuff. Anyways, back to SNL. Khal Drogo Ghost Dojo. This is a parody of his character on Game of Thrones. I have not watched it, but it was a fun sketch. What did you think? Because you watch Game of Thrones, right?
Yeah, I just caught up. I'm really proud of myself. It's been after the Red Wedding episode, I took a massive break, and I love how they commented on that as well because it was too much for me, but I finally caught up, and I'm really excited for next season. But they picked the best parts. For Game of Thrones fans, they picked definitely the best parts, like the Hodor part and hold the door. He literally was holding the door. That's how, spoiler alert, that's how he dies. He's holding the door. He's like, hold door. He is holding a door. But yeah, it was really great, and I loved Kate McKinnon as Joffrey, who was the worst character ever, and she played it so well. And then I think everyone just really stepped up well in that.
Yeah, I saw, because I was Googling him as Drogo or whatever before the SNL, because he did some reference in an Instagram video of like, Drogo will come out or whatever.
Oh yeah.
And I saw the one scene where he drips the gold onto the blonde guy, so I got that gold reference. That's it. But it was fun. It got weird at the end though with the Springer thing. Like, I wish it was all Springer from the beginning, you know? Like the lady that poisoned Joffrey.
Oh, that was hilarious because that actually did happen, but Joffrey didn't know because he obviously died.
Mm-hmm.
But I actually, now that we're talking about it, it could have been cut shorter. Parts of it, I think this was a really long sketch. I mean, with the commercials.
Yeah.
It was all relevant, but I feel like it was a lot.
Yeah, they had to kind of make a decision, you know, choose one thing. Whereas, like, they would, you know, they had the Jerry Springer thing and commercials and then random just chatting with the others. But it was still fun. Not the worst SNL sketch, for sure. They've gone worse. The Trumps, which is just a parody of the Trumps, but as produced by the people of Empire. So it's all black Trumps. Great idea. I like that SNL's getting more and more diverse, even though it's taken them, like, you know, 30 years, 40 years, almost 50 years. I don't know. What did you think of this?
I loved this sketch. I want more Levanka. I want more Wodum, Ego Wodum.
Yeah.
I think she's just, like, we need to use her to actually. I don't want another Luke Null situation where
or
we didn't
Sashir.
where we don't give them the chance to let them fail. If they're not going to be funny on screen, let them at least try.
Yeah.
I know there's a lot of politics that go into it with them pitching their own sketches and things like that, but still, I would love to see more of her. But I thought this was a really great idea. I thought Kenan actually executed this sketch well.
Surprising.
I do want to say one comment I forgot to mention with the Khal Drogo's Ghost Dojo. I love when she goes, man, wow, you have a lot to learn about identity politics.
Yeah.
About Brienne of Tar. I forget her full name, the Oath Keeper.
Yeah. Yeah, that was funny. What is it supposed to be a girl?
Yeah, she's a woman, but she is, like, basically a knight. Like, could literally take on anyone on a sword fight.
Oh, okay.
And she's really fierce and she's the only female in that time that would ever be doing this, and she cuts her hair shorter, so people are like, wait, you're a woman.
Ah, interesting.
Yeah, I love her.
I also was like, why is Kenan hosting the Game of Thrones? I don't know. I don't like Kenan. You guys know this.
I agree. I didn't like him doing that.
Yeah, and it was like, you're just yourself. I don't like how they're overusing him now, and he's in, like, every sketch. Mm-hmm. Calm down. He's not that good. You've got better people. Use Woda. Yeah, so I like the Trump thing too. It was fun. Mumford Sons, you know, mellow, cool dad music. I don't know. They were fine.
Their voice is amazing, and I love how they were all feeling the music. Mm-hmm. And they're really talented. It was very mellow, though.
Yeah, I liked their previous album, but I just wish this one was, like, these songs were peppier. You know, don't play too mellow songs. Bring some pep in that step, Mumford. I don't know.
Come on, Mumford.
Come on, Mummy. Oh, boy.
The guy playing the banjo, or I don't know what instrument that is, he was looking very adorable with it, though. The circular guitar.
Oh, yeah.
I should probably learn what.
It probably is a banjo, yeah. I wasn't paying attention. I was putting my makeup on during the... But I was listening. That's the whole point. It's a musical guess. Whatever.
Yeah.
Update was pretty fun. I liked the Michael Che's comparison with Kevin Hart with Mel Gibson and everything. I like everybody. What's your take on this whole Kevin Hart not hosting the Oscars anymore?
Kevin Hart's really annoying to me as of recently, just because I don't think by any means he's a bad person, and I love the way Michael Che challenges people's perceptions, especially of people of color, because we do villainize black men and black women in general a lot in society. By no means do I think what he said or did was unforgivable. The part I find fault with is that when you do say something bad, and even if it was years before, no one's too important where you can't be like, yeah, this is where I went wrong. I've learned this, and this about this community, and I promise from like this point forward, I will be an ally.
Yeah.
And the people who... And I've heard arguments like, oh, people are so PC, they won't even accept that. Then screw them. Most people who are PC, including myself, if you give an honest apology and don't act too proud to like really say that, like he was saying some BSing, like I'm all love. Okay, you're all love now, but acknowledge where you went wrong. It's not that big of a deal. Move on and like be a teaching point for people.
Yeah. I think too, like comedy changes a lot. Like if you watch Eddie Murphy's specials in the 80s now, a lot of people would be offended by them. But back then, they're super, funny and great. But own up on your stuff.
Yeah, agreed. Roller Coaster Rider, what's up in the chat said, I want Kelly, Mac, and Steph to host the Oscars.
Yeah.
Hashtag Oscars so male. I love that.
We'll do it. We'll throw
Hire us.
Yeah. We'll be the next Tina and Amy. They hosted the Golden Globes a few years ago. But I agree, like, I also think Kevin Hart, I was reading something on Twitter about this one guy was like, Nick Cannon called out like Amy Schumer and Sarah Silverman tweeted saying the F word for something, and he's like, but that's okay. And some gay guy was like, they're our allies, like women are, but coming from a straight man, I've always been like, bullied by them. Not all men, but like you're not as much of it. Especially Kevin Hart, his comedy is not. He's not like pro. Like he is. I'm sure he is pro LGBTQ, but his comedy is not that.
Yeah.
And it's like these are the Oscars. They're very. You gotta have a pro LGBT whatever.
Yeah.
But I did like his perspective, Shay's perspective on it, because it's true. Because like Mel Gibson has been nominated like last year, and he's a lunatic. Like what the hell?
Casey Affleck.
Yeah, they awarded Casey after all that stuff happened. So there is very, hopefully they'll figure it out. But it was a funny. I like his perspective.
Yep.
I like what you said. Carrie Crum, the travel expert. What a funny concept.
It was AD is such a smart comedian, because it is so true that kids especially will put things together by their emotion, so they draw opinions literally by how it made them feel. And Michael Che was doing such a good job going off of her and being like, wait, but just because something bad happened to you there doesn't mean that place was bad. And she's like, don't go to Montana, rocks fell on my back, it's too soft and the rocks were too hard. It's just so illogical, but so true. I definitely associate my emotions with the place, and then forever it's tainted.
Yeah. Where in Montana? The rocks. It's such a funny idea. Yeah. And Michael Che just going on. That was fun. I like that he tried to be a correspondent.
It was hilarious.
Yeah.
He had a lot of funny one-liners. I don't know. Oh, when they were him and Colin Jost, I thought this was a really strong weekend update, stronger than the past 2 weeks. When he was talking about the tweets from Trump, and he said, "Totally clears the president. Thank you. This collusion is illusion." And then they were like, "He's clearly been reading The Secret."
Yeah. I love their dynamic. They're really fun. Do you have any other funny jokes that you liked?
No, that was the main one.
Yeah. The Scrooge with the extra spirit. Yeah. Just give me a sketch where Momoa strips. That's
and twerks.
What I wanted.
Yes.
Thank you. Oh, it was great. I mean, the sketch itself was kind of silly, I think. Didn't really go anywhere, but it was beautiful to look at.
It's true. I wish there was one step deeper.
Yeah.
Like, being the extra Scrooge, that's funny. But I want there to be some sort of purpose, and I think the punchline was that there was no purpose. He was just an extra Scrooge, like the extra ghost. But I think it could have been done a little bit
Better.
Yeah.
I agree. The Day of the Dorks. This was just him too, like holding the sketch together. Just his commitment to the bit.
Yeah.
You know? What did you think of it?
It wasn't my favorite, but I it's hard not to like it when I just really appreciate when guests go full out like that.
Yeah.
And it played to his physicality well, and it had a funny premise, and it was a funny ending. I wasn't dying laughing.
I wish there was another level to it too, because it was like he went outside and then he just comes in and attacks the nerd. You know, I wish there was a third beat to it, kind of. But it's fine. I'd rather have a shorter bad sketch than a longer bad sketch.
I think that's a great point too.
Yeah. Gemma is back again. That's the Cecily's character.
I love when she's Gemma.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Did you like this sketch?
I like this one more than the other ones that she's done because I loved her. I got a new vagina. I love that it just went there so fast.
I really think she's such a good character comedian. She like changes the way her lips are. She changes the way she really never breaks. Like she stays in the accent even when she's saying like the most ridiculous things. But I just loved it, and I loved that they were like so sexually driven towards each other, and she was just like, don't move too much. It could just all fall apart. I'm like, wait, what?
I'm glad she didn't sing that much too. I feel like every other Gemma sketch, she's always singing about bubbles or whatever, you know? I don't know, but
Agreed.
It was better. Oh, hey, you got something to share with us, don't you?
Oh, yeah. You guys, thanks for joining us. You can listen to us on YouTube, obviously. Hit that like button. And also, we're on Spotify and anywhere you can find podcasts. So check us out on whatever is most convenient for you. And we just want to let you guys know that, and you probably know this, we are on the Comedy Channel, but our network produces after shows for nearly all your favorite TV shows, from dramas, reality TV, sci-fi, and more. There's no network that works harder to serve television fans, but we're asking you to please subscribe to one or more of our YouTube channels. By subscribing to our channel, YouTube will suggest content that's tailor-made for you and help AfterBuzz continue to grow. And if you're worried about those pesky notifications, don't be, because they're optional. So hit that subscribe button now for this channel and check out our other AfterBuzz YouTube channels as well. Let us know you did so in the comments and we'll thank you on air. For now, thanks for being the best fans and for helping us be the ESPN of TV talk.
Woohoo!
Woo!
Yeah,
Yes.
sports.
Go sports.
Thinking about getting into sports.
We're the upgraded sports.
Yeah.
'Cause we talk TV and
Yeah.
movies. And cool.
Way better. Not nerd stuff like sports. The meeting the parents sketch where he's hiding. I just love how goofy this episode was, you know? Just like weird, wacky concepts, and they just committed hard to it. I love that he was a dad and he wore a fat suit.
Yeah. And the hair changed.
Yeah.
I just love that they went for the idea that the dad was in for it, because usually when dads are in sketches, they're like playing the hardball, like, you're not good enough for my daughter, blah, blah, blah. But instead he's like, oh, let's play this game. Like,
I'm gonna find this idiot. Yeah.
He's like, I really want to see what he looks like. Yeah. And then when he saw him, he's like, very nice. Very nice.
Yeah. I loved his voice. Oh, who was it? Beck? Who was the
Beck?
guy? Yeah, I loved his voice as like, you can't get me. You can't get. Just like, so good.
And the recording in the wall.
Yeah. And lastly, Rudolph's big night. I loved this sketch. I love seeing Pete be a bully because he's always getting bullied.
It was funny because my best friend, we've been SNL fanatics since college together. We shared that, and she was like, Pete Davidson won this episode.
Yeah, 100%.
He was so awesome in this sketch, and it was such a funny premise that they haven't taken in terms of quality sketches.
Mm-hmm. And I love, because he started out doing stand-up. So Leslie, take note, okay? He started out doing stand-up, and he's doing good in sketches, you know? I mean, he's still kind of himself still. Like, I think Rudolph was very much just him just talking shit. Like, he wasn't using a character or anything. But still, he committed to it. He didn't break, really. Come on. Get it together, Leslie.
Yeah, I thought he was really funny. I thought their outfits were hilarious. I loved seeing all the men of SNL in these little reindeer outfits. Yeah. And this was live, right? This sketch?
Yeah.
I was really impressed that everyone knew their lines and really I didn't see any cue card reading this sketch.
Yeah.
Like, I was questioning if it was a digital sketch. Mm-hmm. And then I saw them come out after for the closing, and they were all still in it. I'm like, thank God you guys never take those outfits off.
Oh, man, funny. I love the line, like, I'm going to eat a lot of broccoli and stuff like that. Bullying, yeah. Fun stuff. But overall, really fun episode. Super wacky. I think one of the better episodes of the season so far. What do you think?
Oh, yeah. Definitely one of the strongest hosts that we've had and seen, and really just a fun, I like how you described it. It was just goofy. It was perfectly tailored to Jason Momoa.
Yeah. And I love the variety of characters and stuff he played, because he went from a dad to a sexy spirit.
He could be a 5-timer.
Yeah, I would love that. Hopefully Aquaman pans out. You know, it's a little movie. It's just a
little movie with a multi-million-dollar budget backed by DC. The little engine that could.
Yeah. Next week is Matt Damon with Mark Ronson and Miley Cyrus. That should be fun.
Whoa, yeah. Miley.
I hope she's in a sketch.
Yeah, she will be.
I hope so. I'm kind of, I don't know. I think she's weird now, though, huh? She, like, kind of is against pot now.
She's constantly confused me because I heard she's trying to get back into, like, rap and hip hop, and I'm like, this is the problem, that you were the classic white woman who completely appropriated the culture without giving proper respect to the culture, then denied the culture once you went country, and now if you go back, I need to see some sort of, like, vocal explanation of growth.
Yeah. Yes. I got some news and gossip. Just real quick news and gossip.
AfterBuzz TV News.
As much as I don't like him, Kenan was on Watch What Happens live with Andy Cohen this week, and they're talking about possibly making Good Burger 2, which is very exciting.
Shut the front door. Give me some orange soda.
Right? Yeah. I loved Good Burger, so that would be really cool. He said basically they've been planning on doing it for a while, but it's just up to the big head honchos.
I believe that.
Yeah. They just met like a few years ago. I guess in 2015 they did a sketch on Jimmy Fallon, a Good Burger sketch, and that's when they reunited, and they've been planning it. So hopefully it'll eventually happen.
I feel like I would even want, because I get worried when you're so far removed age-wise from the character you played, that I wish they could be directing it and writing it and be like the dads of two kids that take over the role, but they still play their role a little bit, but I just don't think that they can execute at that standard.
Yeah, or they could just be, I bet Ed still works at Good Burger now.
That's true.
And it's probably like Kenan's character visiting him. I don't know. I'll write it. If you guys need help writing Good Burger 2, hire me. And then Mumford Sons' new album, Delta, is out now, in case you were a fan of that music. And they're on tour.
Nice.
Cool. That's all I got.
Awesome.
But yeah, next week, Matt Damon. I don't know. It might be the last one of the year, I think, because the week after is the 23rd, right?
That's what I think. That's why they stacked a lot of the Christmas or holiday episodes in right now, because they'll do more next week, and then that will be their last week.
Yeah.
Because we had 3 in a row, and usually they'll take 2 off, which would line up perfectly with Christmas and New Year's.
Yeah. And that'll be fun. The Christmas episode is always super fun. Until next time, though. Hey, Steph.
Hey, Kelly.
Where can they find you?
I'm on Twitter and Instagram at Steph Sabraw. And you can also, if you're not sick of Kelly and I, we're going to be on Charmed in 2 hours.
Yeah, watch us. If you like
10 p.m.
something completely different than SNL. And I'm Kelly McInerney. You can find me on Twitter and Instagram at HollyWeirdo. See you in 2 hours. Bye.
Bye.
Our founder, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and me, Maria Menounos, would like to thank you for tuning in to AfterBuzz TV. Remember, we're not just the first, we're the biggest in the world, and we're the only destination for all your favorite TV shows. Whatever you crave, we've got it. So go to AfterBuzzTV.com and check out our lineup. Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.